Alliance Tournament 13 saw a dramatic shift in the types of ships fielded and the variety of team compositions. Where past years had favored drone-heavy compositions with cruiser and battlecruiser-sized cores, we instead saw battleship-heavy teams with specialized support wings. What changes led to the emergence of this new meta? Well, you're about to find out. Alliance Tournament 13 truly started as all Alliance tournaments start, with the official announcement of the rule set from CCP. Each year, a specific set of rules is announced. These rules govern the boundaries by which the meta is constrained, as well as set forth the specific point values for each ship. Even minor changes to point values or to rule sets can drastically change the overall ship types and compositions we see each year. Alliance Tournament 13 saw two minor changes to the rule set that drastically affected the outcome of the compositions. The first rule change that would see us shifting from a drone-heavy meta to a more missile-stable platform was the limitation on Tech 1 drones. In previous years, augmented drones were a staple of the Alliance Tournament. However, in Alliance Tournament 13, teams were limited to fielding only Tech 1 damage and electronic warfare drones. This shifted the role of drones from being a primary damage platform over to a support platform. Since Tech 1 drones have lower tracking, damage output, and hit points than their Tech 2 variants, this small change would have a large effect on the meta as a whole. In addition, any drone specialization skills that would increase the damage output of Tech 2 drones would not apply to the Tech 1 counterparts. Most teams prioritized using logistics drones since they were the exception to the Tech 2, which supplemented logistics capabilities as well as made the drones much more survivable, and ships like the Typhoon Fleet issue and Scorpion Navy issue that had larger drone bays and bandwidths saw more frequent use. The second and more influential change to Alliance Tournament 13's rules was that revolving around the scripts allowed in electronic warfare. Modules such as sensor dampeners and tracking disruptors, which were previously allowed to use scripts to focus their effects and maximize their efficiency at one aspect or another of their disruption, were no longer allowed to use these scripts and instead would apply partial disruption in multiple forms. The effects of this change are most clearly represented when looking at the example of sensor dampeners applied to a variety of different ships. To start, take a common logistics cruiser like the Scimitar that we often see in the Alliance Tournament in any shield composition. A standard Scimitar has a locking range of 75 kilometers. On the opposing team, we have a Carries, an electronic attack frigate with bonuses focused on sensor dampening. When the Carries applies 3 unscripted damps to a normal Scimitar, the lock range is reduced from 75 kilometers down to 37.8 kilometers. This cuts the Scimitar's lock range nearly in half. However, when we add scripted damps into the equation, it changes even more drastically. The same Scimitar with a standard 75 kilometer lock range under 3 scripted damps changes its lock range to only 15 kilometers. This is a massive change in targeting range that could drastically affect a logistics' ability to put out reps and save teammates. In Alliance Tournament 11 and 12, it was not uncommon to see 3 or even 4 sensor dampening focused ships in a specific composition. This electronic warfare control would not only limit the logistics pilot's ability to rep their teammates, but also heavily influence the ability for a team to apply damage to a target. The prevalence of sensor dampeners and their overall strength led to the development of the drone-based meta. Utilizing the drone assist mechanic, if even one member of a team could lock the opposing target and cycle their guns, thereby aggressing all drones assisted to them, a team could effectively apply all damage to a specific target even while under heavy sensor disruption. With the changes to electronic warfare scripting in Alliance Tournament 13, teams could now look at a greater variety of compositions due to a greater subsequent lock range. As we move farther into Alliance Tournament 13, we see more missile-based platforms with long-range projection capabilities, and a decreased emphasis on electronic warfare in sensor-dampening ships like the Carries and Celestis. And we see how even minor changes to the rule set of any given Alliance tournament can have a monumental impact on the meta of that year. How will the rule set of Alliance Tournament 14 impact the compositions and meta that we see this year? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait to find out. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. In addition, to celebrate Alliance Tournament 14, PushX is offering a 10% rebate off your first high-sec contract. All you have to do is put "Blood Ruin sent me" in the description of your contract. But don't forget to act quickly, as this offer expires after the first week of October. For any questions, check out the link in the description below, or even just hop in their public channel and they'd be happy to talk with you. My personal recommendation, get about 30 of your favorite frigates and their fits from Jeddah, have them shipped over to Echoria. Or, if you like to fly things that are a little bit bigger, maybe ship them from Jeddah to Torinos. I hear there's some serious action in the Pureblind Tribute regions. Or maybe you just want to try your hand at market PvP. Have your items sent from one trade hub to another. But regardless of the destination, why move it when you could push it?